My garden is still going, and I thought I would show it to you. Careful. Back up. What are you doing in there, Daisy? Are you swinging with them? She just laid down in there. Look at her. Can you smile? I put Big Duck in the koi pond and then backed away as fast as I could. She's not very tame. Last time I tried to stick her in here, she just flew right out. Barely feet touched the water. But look, now she knows what she was missing. Is that so fun? See? It was here the whole time. You just had no idea, did you? Have you ever been swimming before? You just had no idea what you were missing, did you? Is that so fun? Is that so fun? We didn't really have a name for her. We just called her the Big Duck, or just Duck. Sometimes she gets called Sally. Her former owners called her Howard. So, I mean, take your pick. Maybe we should do a poll. What do you think? Can't believe how cool it is out these mornings. It's like almost 10 o'clock and it's only 69 out. Fall is upon us soon. Don't know that I'm ready for it yet because my garden is still going, and I thought I would show it to you. Alright, so we are now in late summer. It is August, and this is what's going on in the garden. Lots of weeds. I was pulling them yesterday and just laying them down to kind of compost in place. So there's lots of grass here. We'll just ignore that for now, okay? Anyways, these strawberries just inside the gate here have been busy sending out runners like crazy. I really need to pull a whole bunch of these and transplant them to the front flower bed where I'm wanting to grow some more strawberries because, I mean, look at this. They're going crazy. Here's another one coming out. So, yeah, way too many plants in this bed. Oh, look at this. This little guy just came to say hi. Anyway, so yeah, this needs to be taken care of. We'll just go straight back here. We have this beautiful orange sunflower going on here. That's my new variety. Oh, and there's that butterfly again. Can you see it? Right there on the leaf. So pretty. I don't know if I can get closer without it flying away. There it is. How pretty is that? Okay, well, now he's gone. So, beautiful orange sunflowers. Back to the garden tour. So we just finished the strawberry bed. We'll go straight back over here. All of this. And up on the fence over there. This is all from that same giant pumpkin that's back there. This plant is ginormous. It is literally taking up this entire half of my garden. It is huge, but I think there's only like 2 pumpkins on it. You know. My watermelon didn't do anything. I mean, you know, aside from the weeds. Like, that's all we got is teeny tiny plants. I just don't do well with watermelon, apparently. So we just have grass in these front ones. No watermelon. The corn's pretty much done. I picked most of it. Some of it I apparently left behind. But so I really need to just pull those plants out. They're done. Same over here. There's a pumpkin back there again. Same over here. This is all from that same pumpkin. And then just corn and these super giant sunflower stalks that are not quite done yet. They keep going. keep pushing out more. So that's all for those beds. Spent corn. Over here we have our onions in this last raised bed here. Onions and carrots. These guys are looking lovely. Some big ones, some small ones. There's a mix in there. I did pull some carrots out the other day, so that's why this middle part is kind of empty. There's a few more here that are still, I'm letting them get a little bit bigger before I pull them. And then on this side, the red onions. Oh, there's a crabgrass. These things drive me crazy. The red onions are getting close to ready. They're all fallen over at this point. I did pick a couple of those the other day. Okay. Blue Hubbard was here. Now it's just grass. Again, I was pulling some. Need to pull all of this. It's just bad. This whole half of the garden. Not enough mulch over here. It's rough. Okay, so on to our trellis. This is more of that pumpkin growing up here. There's actually, oh look, a little baby pumpkin growing here. And then there's actually down here a decent sized one with a weird bug on it. I don't know what that was. So there's a half decent sized pumpkin growing here where it has attached to the green beans that need to be picked. I should have brought a basket. I haven't picked them in like 2 days. So I haven't gotten a huge harvest from these guys. Just a little here, a little there, because as you see, the plants in the middle just, I don't know, they just didn't do so hot. On the ends it did, not in the middle. I don't know, whatever. So we've just been collecting them as we go, and then when we get enough, I can them. And there's that giant pumpkin again. Over here where the peas used to be, we planted some fall carrots. So you see they're doing really well. They came up much better than the spring ones did. I think that sheet over them really helped. And that's my cucumber that died. I don't know what happened to it. Over here, just along the fence line, not really in a bed or anything, we planted some fall peas that are starting to bloom. We went back to the sugar magnolia sugar snap peas for these. So those are going to be purple, which we love. Those are our favorite. Okay, over here, see? Told you, I was pulling grass yesterday. It's all starting to turn brown and whatever. We'll let that be mulch. This is what's left of our spring beets, summer beets. There's a handful left. Not a lot. And really they're getting close to being picked too. So we've just been picking them as they get big. See, there's a big empty spot where I already pulled them. And then lots of crimson clover came up this year. We'll leave that, nitrogen fixers. And then this section here is more beets that did not come up super great, as you can see. But that could be because I did not soak my seeds like I usually do. So yeah, that's my own fault. But we do have several coming up still. So we'll hopefully have some fall beets if they decide to hurry up and start growing more. Otherwise I might have to cover them and then chard at the end. It's still going strong. Alright, over here are tomatoes. As you can see, they're not doing so hot. They have a lot of fruit on them, but I don't know if they have some kind of fungus or blight. I don't know. I went out of town and they were in rough shape when I got back, and just being back and forth out of town, haven't had a chance to deal with it, so it just is what it is. We're still getting some fruit from it. Those other ones will likely ripen up as well. It's just kind of slow, and they're a bit sprawling into the aisles here. But we'll go along this side. Here's my gardening calendula. Oh yeah, this giant basil that I need to harvest again because it's humongous. This is pushing 3 feet tall. It's pretty big. These cherry tomatoes have been doing really good. Girls have been eating those like crazy. And then the rest of the tomatoes on that aisle. Okay. Then we have our peppers here. These ones are still kind of squatty. They never got really huge. These two were kind of getting overtaken by this volunteer squash that I still haven't quite figured out what it is. I'm waiting for some fruit to set so I can kind of guess. I don't know. It's a volunteer, so maybe a pumpkin. Maybe not. I thought I had seen a fruit coming on it yesterday, but so I don't know. I don't know what it is or if it even has time to produce anything, but this is our volunteer squash. And then these peppers, yeah, these are bell peppers, so they're starting to come on. I think next year I'm going to start my peppers way earlier because they always wait until the very, very end of summer to produce, and then they don't have time to produce a lot. These are serranos. I think this one got stepped on, so it's not looking so hot, but it's a serrano. Same with this one and this one that is growing with a grass that I can't pull because I will rip out the pepper as well. But the rest of these are doing good. I mean, this is getting quite bushy. Lots of flowers on it. If this squash stops climbing on it, these squash are getting huge. And there's one. So yeah, hopefully they'll have time to give us a lot more fruit before the end of the season. Here's some, what are these, Anaheims? There's quite a few Anaheim peppers on here. These are just about ready to pick. I think there's some, nope, this is a bell pepper. So I don't know. These got all sorts of mixed together when I planted them, so I don't know which ones are which. I think there's some more bell peppers down there. So they're starting to do decent, finally. It just took all summer. And then look, this squash trailing in the aisle. Look at that. These squash are going crazy. My squash are doing really good. You know, it's probably this area here where all these squash are planted is where the old chicken run was. So lots of fertilizer, that's probably why they're going insane here. So there are all sorts of this. It's a jungle in here, guys. But I mean, look at this. Autumn frost squash. There are so many autumn frost squashes. I can't even tell you. There are tons. Like, let's see. There's another little one coming on here. There's one there. Let's see if I can step over these peppers. It's hard to walk in here because there's vines everywhere. Oh, there's a squash bug. That needs to be killed. Fed to the chickens. Let's see, is there some back here? Oh, that's a giant one. Oh my goodness, that one's really big. Look at that. That's a big one. So yeah, lots and lots of those autumn frost squashes. Look, this and this, focus, is what happens when you don't remove your squash bug eggs. That was my bad. I keep forgetting to come out and do that. And now they're all hatching. Oh, there's some more. So get you some duct tape and remove those squash bug eggs. Don't be lazy like me. Oh, there's another squash. So yes, those are all autumn frost squash just from this one plant. So these are very prolific. Obviously we haven't tasted them yet, but if we really love them, definitely planting them this year. Look, there's some squash bug eggs that I need to remove. See? I need to remember to come back with some duct tape and get those off. So the autumn frost squash is doing amazing. We accidentally harvested some delicata early. They just kind of snapped off while we were checking them. So, oops, hopefully they turn well, but there's still a couple more coming on, which we're happy about. So that one's almost ripe. There's a couple baby ones in here. There's another autumn frost. Another baby delicata. So yeah, we are getting a few more delicata on here, which we're happy about. We really love those. They're my son's favorite. Trying to step through here without stepping on things. This is, like I said, another autumn squash mixed in with, oh, two delicata. They're like all intertwining at this point. I can't even tell them apart. Let's see, I think this one is a zucchini. I don't think there's any on here right now. They kind of come and go. But they did not die. You see that? They're still very much alive after the squash vine borers. So I think the Blue Hubbard did the trick. It took the bulk of the squash vine borers. These guys did get some, but not enough to really... Oh, there's more squash bugs and eggs. Not enough to really kill off the plants, which is so wonderful. There's another autumn frost. I know there's a couple more in here, and I picked 3 the other day. Oop, there's a big delicata back there. That needs to turn yellow and harden up before we pick it. So yeah, lots and lots of squash. I think there's, oh, I might have picked the one that was over here. Nope, there's one. There's another autumn frost. That one's getting close. So yeah, these are doing really, really good. This is another zucchini. I think there's actually 2 here. Oh, there's one over there that needs picked. The thing with zucchini, especially when they're so dense like this, you don't see them until they're huge. Because you can't hardly get in there. Let's see if I can find my way over here. There we go. Let's see, where are you, zucchini? Oh, there's a little baby one. There's a baby one right there. I don't know if I can focus here. Baby zucchini, where's the big one I saw? Oh, it's behind it. All the way down here. Erk. Oh, that's not so huge. That one's just right. There you go. Zucchini. Okay. And then we're back to our volunteer. So hopefully didn't get too dizzy with me turning around and walking a little bit. Oh, there's a fruit on our volunteer that does resemble a pumpkin to me. What do you think? I'm thinking that might be a pumpkin, or it could be, I suppose it could be a spaghetti squash. I don't know. We'll let it get bigger and find out. We'll see if it has enough time. Apparently I'm recording too much. My phone is getting hot even though it's not hot outside. So anyways, hopefully that wasn't too much turning around, making you dizzy. That is the main garden area. I'll show you a couple more things we got going on around the yard real quick. Okay, right here in the middle of the yard we also have this. I think I showed it to you at one point. This is a volunteer squash as well. I had to put a fence around it because when the ducks were free ranging, they literally would just like park themselves underneath it and eat it. I didn't think I would have that issue with ducks. Chickens, sure, but not ducks. Well, prove me wrong. They smashed down all the lower leaves and ate every piece of fruit that was on it. So we had to put a cage around it. But this is, it got a little heavy and knocked the cage over. Acorn squash. And you see there's several coming on there now. We would have had more, but like I said, ducks. So that's doing pretty well on its own, just in the yard. I haven't done anything to it. That's the beauty of volunteers. They're generally really hardy and produce really well. And then over here we have another one. Hey, Lambo. That came up. This guy's pretty small. I don't know if he's going to have time to mature enough to produce anything, but I went ahead and put a cage around it so it wouldn't get mowed down. We'll see. Honestly, I think it got mowed down a couple times, but it keeps coming back, so I figured if it's that determined, may as well let it. So again, mystery squash. I don't know if it's another acorn or what. They all have sort of similar leaves in my opinion. So, I don't know. We'll see if anything comes of it. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is the front flower bed. I need to get a weed whacker. There's some weeds growing up along the front that we just can't get with the lawnmower. But it's pretty wild right now, and I love it. So here we go. There's just the snapdragons my son planted down there. Just doing their happy little thing. We've got our dandelions that the deer didn't eat. They haven't produced flowers yet. These are the pink dandelions. That one got eaten completely, apparently. But the leaves are good. So I don't know. Maybe they'll flower here in the fall. Those are my echinacea. 2 different kinds there. As you see, they haven't flowered this year either, but they are perennials, so hopefully they will come back and flower next year. The leaves are very big and healthy looking though. Then there's this fun thing. Ooh, bright sun. Here we go. There we go. And this is a vining cypress. I just planted it for kicks and giggles because I thought it'd look cool growing up that trellis. And it's like kind of crazy. But it's starting to get flowers, as you see, and the hummingbirds love them. So I just wanted to watch the hummingbirds visit that while I'm doing dishes there in the kitchen window. The marshmallow plants are doing really well. You can see they got some flowers on them. These calendula are doing crazy. They're like super prolific and so pretty. That is a mum that was there before we moved in, and we just left it there. Let's see if we can walk through here. Look at these beautiful zinnias. I love that these are growing so well. Nothing really grows well on these beds, so I am loving that they did. And then there's these ground cherries. Oh my word. These ground cherries. They're taller than me at this point. Oh, sounds like I'm getting a visitor. They're humongous. And we love them. And let's see if I can step over here. It's hard to find my stepstones at this point. Look how many there are. These plants are just dripping with them. So we should be getting good harvests from these guys. We love them. If you have a little space, I've never seen them growing this big before. If you've got a little bit of space in your garden and you want to grow some fruit, grow ground cherries. Those are those autumn frost squashes I harvested the other day. So yeah, plant ground cherries. They're amazing. This is my Thai basil. It's doing all right. My holy basil, it's okay. I don't think it gets enough sun here or something. But the Thai basil's doing really well. It could probably be harvested again. Same with the oregano. Oh look, some catnip decided to come back. I thought it was dead. Cool. I've also got catnip growing in random places around the yard as well. Sage and thyme and rosemary are doing awesome. Also ready to be harvested again. Oh, I just noticed this. For the first time, look at that. My yarrow is getting flowers. Yay! I didn't think I was going to get any flowers from them this year. Apparently it's better if you plant them in the fall and let them overwinter, which I guess is why they're so short instead of tall. But hey, I'll take it. We might get some yarrow flowers. Woohoo! And yeah, you see those ground cherries. They're like the squash of my front yard. They're growing everywhere, like crazy. I should probably go see if there's any ripe. And then there's the weed bed. Yeah, that kind of got let go. The beans really didn't grow. I got this one bean, and it shriveled up. That's literally all I got from this. The other plants, I think the deer and the rabbits ate them all. So I just have this random teepee here for kicks and giggles. You know, there are 2 random tomato plants up here that my neighbor gave me. I don't think they get quite enough sun right here because, yeah, I mean, they're huge. The tomatoes are huge. They're just not getting ripe. So, yeah. But if they do get ripe, I mean, those are really big tomatoes. So we'll see how those do. They're getting so heavy, they're like falling down and breaking. More weeds. And then my mint trio that are lost in the weeds. I think that's spearmint. This one is lemon balm and apple mint. Again, ready to be harvested again. I need to get out here and harvest. Then we have our fruit bushes. This is our elder plants. As you can see, the deer are trying their best to get in here. They keep knocking down my netting. This one looks like it's about to grow through the netting. Need to make that a little bigger. So these guys are doing pretty good, as you can see. So we'll probably get a harvest off of them next year. And then the 2 that I planted over there, deer ate them down, but they came back. So that's cool. And then my friend actually the other day just gave me 3 more that I need to get in the ground. I think I'm going to put them in the back by the hedgerow. And then there's the apples. Yeah, the apples. We've had a lot of deer this year. See all those branches without leaves or tips on them? Yeah, the deer have just completely knocked. Like, who cares about the deer netting? We'll just stand on it and rip it in half. And yeah, no more netting. Free range for deer. So we did not get any apples again because the deer ate them all. And all of these lower branches have been stripped again because the deer ate them all. These poor trees, they've got it rough. On the to-do list for next spring is better fencing. And then this one never did have any apples on it. But I don't think the deer have reached it as much. Looks like these ones right close to the fence maybe. But it's not too bad. So maybe next year this one will do better. It still has this, I don't know, whatever kind of fungus. I thought it was like cedar apple rust, but we got rid of the rust. So I don't know. We got rid of the cedar tree that was effective nearby, but I think that stuff can spread for like a mile or something, so who knows. It may just always be plagued with it. And then the comfrey that I have been really bad about cutting back. Yeah, I should do that too. It's been a busy summer, guys. So yeah. So that's what's going on in the garden beds right now in late summer. Fall is rapidly upon us as these morning temperatures are declaring. It's kind of bittersweet. I absolutely love fall, but I'm not ready for summer to be over yet. So, see, these deers are eating, I assume it's deer, eating my hydrangeas too. So many deer this year. So many deer. It's a hunting season yet. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this little tour around the property again. I always find it interesting just to see how things change from season to season. So I thought I would share that with you. Let me know in the comments how your gardens are doing, and we'll see you next time.